Hello and welcome to B-School Talk, the weekly video podcast about applying, surviving, and thriving in the business school environment. I'm your host, Judith Hodara. In this week's episode, we ask our admissions experts about the GMAT. Is it really a great indicator of success in business school?
The GMAT, is it a great indicator of success? I don't think it's an indicator of success. I think it is a good indicator of perhaps how well a person's going to do in the first year of an academic program. And so we use it as a benchmark and as a tool amongst, it's something that every student has to take, and pretty much they're taking it within the same time frame, within 2 years. And so it's a good measure across the board of all applications.
We prefer to look at the candidate as an individual. We do not start by sorting applications according to their GMAT scores, because I think we'll miss out on a really great candidates. I also think that we haven't seen a correlation between really high GMAT scores and great performance, or lower GMAT scores and bad performers.
We consider the GMAT to be important as an indicator for a couple of reasons. Number one, students come from different backgrounds, from different undergraduate programs, from different businesses. The GMAT is the only thing they have in common, and it's generally the most current. They take it close to the time they apply, so the student that you're looking at graduated 4 or 5 years ago, that's not the person that's making the application, but the person who took the GMAT last week or 2 weeks ago is. It's also been proven to be a pretty good indicator in identifying students who have the aptitude for potential success in a business program.
It's probably a necessary evaluation tool, but at Tulane, what we use the GMAT for, it's a basis. Because we know that everybody comes in a different package, and you have to look at the whole package in order to be able to appreciate somebody. So then when I ask somebody to apply, if their GMAT scores are slightly lower, they may be bringing something else to the table, which is, just as important.
Unfortunately or fortunately for the prospective students, there is a very close tie with academic success in the first year with performance on the GMAT. It's researched and we know it, and so there's no getting around it. You just kind of have to suck it up and do it.
For us, the GMAT is one tool amongst many. We do use it, of course, to evaluate quantitative, analytical, and verbal skills, but we really do have a very holistic approach, and we care very much about a person's previous professional and academic accomplishments.
The GMAT to us is an important factor, obviously, as it is with most top-ranked business schools. We use it as an indicator of how well you will perform in the program. But again, it is not the only part of our application that we look at. It is one component of an overall application process.
We use the GMAT as a way to buffer perhaps a low GPA from an undergraduate experience. The further away you are from the GPA, from your undergraduate experience, the less important the GMAT score becomes for us.
No, I don't think the GMAT is a great indicator of success. I think it is an evaluator of certain skills, particularly quantitative skills, and it's an objective measure that schools use as a starting point. It's not comprehensive, and it certainly is not the fullness of an evaluation of a candidate, but it does allow schools to assess whether or not they think a candidate can be successful in what is a pretty rigorous academic environment.
The GMAT is one indicator of ability, but it's a 3-hour exam versus 4 years of undergraduate academic work. And I think that it's sort of a dangerous combination to take that number that happens in that 3-hour period of time and hold it up as the only way that you're going to eventually become a viable applicant for business school. Applicants will trap me in elevators all the time and give me their stats, 3.5, 720, hike. I almost feel as if we're playing football. But truthfully, the things that most business schools are going to be most interested in are what is it that you really think about? What are the things that matter to you as an individual? How'd you get here? How do you intend to use the actual education that you'll be gaining? So the GMAT, again, is not the be-all and end-all. It should not be looked at in isolation, and it's just one small part of a very large process. Thanks for watching this week's episode of B-School Talk. We hope you found it informative and helpful. If you have any questions that you'd like to have answered, please feel free to email us. Until next week, I'm your host, Judith Hodara.